morning, September 28th, 2021. It is a Tuesday. Um, so today is testing. um, I'm, I'll list off some stuff, but in reality, I just, the description today, and it's really, it's crazy. I sit there and think, that I have thrown myself out there in a way to where, I'm completely, and it's progressive. I remember in the beginning being fearful of saying things that, I would be held accountable for later, that somebody would be like, well, you said this, and I remember in the very beginning being very guarded on what I would say and how I would say it. And I just, and I got lost in the sauce seeking God. And, I realized that I have said a lot of stuff, and I have stepped off into the deep end, and I'm okay with it. I have abandoned myself to God, and I have put my trust in Him, and I have abandoned all rational thinking to trust in God. And it's a pretty awesome thing because in reality, if I try to go back, it don't work. Like, it is extremely fearful. There's not fearful, but it's extremely, it just doesn't make rational sense. I do believe God. I trust Him, and I have given my life for Him, and I've surrendered. And so I feel like I'm going through some testing to show that, and it's I don't know what it's for. I don't know how it all works out. I just know that I'm getting hit on every end. And I know that I'm getting baptized this weekend, but I don't even know if that's it. I just, there's just tons of stuff. It seems like my vehicles are going to crap. I might not have a vehicle here to even drive by the end of the week. Who knows? Having a conflict with my wife because I was having a conversation with a miss, over text messages, a miscommunication, not even a miscommunication, just it is a miscommunication, I guess, but because I didn't answer my texts, and this is not on her, this is just how this is working out, is that on my text messages, I didn't respond because I was having a deep conversation with my brother about some struggles, and I was fully in, and that was this weekend. I was just, tuned in on listening and abandoned my phone. Well, whatever, there's just trust issues, and there's, and everything. Like, we're now not going to be talking for some time, me and my wife, and just over something that was a misunderstanding and lack of trust, and our old issues come rising up. And I have no control, no ability to make her understand and believe me. There's just this complete frustration. It's just crazy, and I'm just like, okay, I just if you're not gonna believe the words that I tell you, I'm just I don't know. We're gonna have to wait and see. Um, Having customers' checks bounce, having a service technician, and this just something with my job, and having to basically let one guy go because of uh, it, he's injured, and just things, not he's injured, but just things that, just a situation where I had to let him go because it wasn't working out, and he's a good brother, and just another one, just miscommunication and investment, just everything that was going, like, that seemed like was awesome, was going this way, is going in reverse, and it seems like everything is going completely backwards. And the craziest part is I actually feel this desire that's happening in my heart that's changing. That work is causing, and it might just be because work is causing me to have uh, uneasy feelings, and it's just not as enjoyable because I'm going through a bunch of craziness, and no matter what we do, we focus on work and we just do work, but you know, cash flow is causing having issues again, and everything like is just seems like nothing is working out. Everything is like coming exploding imploding. um and even though we're at work and we're peaceful and everything at work is fine, all the stuff that was just happening on the back end that was going so smoothly for the last few months is now on the reverse, and just for no reason, for no that I can see, nothing that I can understand, is just why it's happening. And it just makes me just wonder, like not wonder, it makes me just know that um, I don't have control over it. I didn't have control over it in the first place. I gave it up to God in the first place when it was going good. And one of my biggest issues before was that when things would not go good and we would struggle, or things would go left, I would automatically try to take control because I was like, okay, if you guys can't do it right, then I just have to do it. Um, and it's just not that case right now. I don't have control over these things, and I've been through this process for the last few months to where relinquishing control of it when it's good um, also means that I don't have control of it when it's bad. And just going through this process of realizing how awesome it is. The craziest, I mean, just telling you like everything. Um, my teeth, like I feel like, I have issues with my teeth. I have a bunch of surgery that needs to happen because of impacted teeth and baby teeth that are still going on, and just needing my molar or my wisdom tooth taking out, and just um, everything's coming. Not having money right now, everything is like tight. Everything just it's crazy how there's so many different angles of things that are coming at me right now. And I'm just like, okay, God, I don't know what your purpose is. I don't know what your plan is. I'm just going to trust you. And, that's all I can do. And it's like this complete abandonment of trust. It's like not a blind. It's not blind at all. It's more like dependence. I am physically, mentally, and spiritually um, learning how to depend on God. It was a whole lot easier in the beginning when I would just everything would seem like he was just everything was going smooth, and I'm like, oh, it's yours, Lord, give it to you. Thank you, Lord. I'm glad I didn't lose everything. Thank you for blessing me, blah blah blah, and just giving him and surrendering. And then I would mentally be surrendering all the other things that I was struggling with. Um, and this surrender thing is not like, hey, I surrender it and that means um it's yours and I'm going to go live in a cave. You know what I mean? No, it's more like surrendering the outcomes of these things, because I honestly don't know if I'm going to, who knows if I'm going to keep the business, who knows if I'm going to go into ministry, who knows what I'm going to do. I have no idea. Like, I have a lot of thoughts of how things could work out. I know where he's changing my heart. I can see that. I can feel it. Um, and I have no control over the future. I know that I am surrendering to God, and in this surrender process, I might have to surrender the business. I might have to surrender my truck. I might have to surrender. Um, who knows? I don't know. God has a purpose. My purpose is to seek Him and to seek Him full heartedly and to pick up my cross and follow Him. And that's what all of this has been about. It has been learning how to pick up my cross daily and follow Him and surrender. Um, and it might cost me. It might cost me all the stuff that I used to have, and I'm okay with that. I'm not okay with it fully, but I'm definitely being. I am okay with it, actually. I'm just as long as it's got purpose for God, I'm okay with it, because in reality, all things work out. There's if there's purpose for God, I'm okay with it, because it doesn't. I don't need to provide. I don't need to worry about my tomorrow. And having a business and having a truck and having a vehicle are all things that the world tells me that I need to have security. Um, and even if God takes those things, which would be crazy, it could be possible. Um, that's just going to cause me to lean more in on Him. Um, and I don't want to give the idea that things are that bad, but uh, they're definitely not easy right now. And it's just crazy how the thought of this process is happening, and just the world is falling down in all aspects of every aspect of my life. It seems not falling down. It's not even that bad, but um, it could be that bad. If it was before, if it was 5 months ago, 6 months ago, right now I would have been um, brain damage, um, just feeling like everything was against me. So, anyway, I'm gonna read some scriptures and call it a day. Why does God test us? Is the search that I did. 1 Thessalonians 2:4. But just as we have been approved by God to be entrusted with the gospel, so we speak, not to please man, but to please God who tests our hearts. James 1:3-5. James 1:3 through 4. For you know that the testing of your faith produces steadfastness, and let steadfastness have its full effect, that you may be perfect and complete, lacking nothing. James 1:12. Blessed is the man who remains steadfast under trial. For when he has stood the test, he will receive the crown of life, which God has promised to those who love him. Let no one say when he is tempted, I am being tempted by God, for God cannot be tempted with evil, and he himself tempts no one. So God's not tempting me, he's allowing me to go through testing. Let's see here. Then we got 1 Peter 1:7. So that the tested genuineness of your faith, more precious than gold that perishes through it, though perishes, sorry, more precious than gold that perishes through it, though it is tested by fire, may be found to result in praise and glory and honor of the revelation of Jesus Christ. 2 Corinthians 13:5. Examine yourselves, see whether you are in the faith, test yourselves. Or do you not realize this about yourselves, that Jesus Christ is in you, unless indeed you fail to meet the test? Jeremiah 17:10. I, the Lord, search the heart and test the mind, to give every man according to his ways, according to the fruit of his deeds. All right, these are some good ones out of Revelation. Revelations 3:10. Because you have kept my word about patient endurance, I will keep you from the hour of trial that is coming on the world, to try those who dwell on the earth. Revelation 3:5. The one who conquers will be clothed thus in white garments, and I will never blot his name out of the book of life. I will confess his name before my Father and before his angels. Revelations 2:26. The one who conquers and who keeps my works until the end, to him I will give authority over nations. Revelations 2:17. He who has an ear, let him hear what the Spirit says to the churches. To the one who conquers, I will give him some of the hidden manna, and I will give him a white stone with a new name written on the stone, that no one knows except for the one who receives it. Revelations 2:7. He who has an ear, let him hear what the Spirit says to the churches. To the one who conquers, I will grant to eat of the tree of life, which is in the paradise of God. Yeah, I think that's all. I didn't really do the rest of it. I don't have time this morning. I just want to emphasize that, Lord, I trust you, and I test my heart. I'm putting myself out there, and I really knowingly but unknowingly, it seems like for the last month or so, I have just bull rushed into this, fully depending on God, fully dependent on you, Lord, and because I trust you, Lord, and I trust Him, and He is worthy to be trusted, and all of this testing or all of these things that are happening, I want to talk about them because there's a testimony at the end of this, and how it's all going to work out. And I'm going to share the struggles. I'm going to share the fight, and I'm going to talk about this stuff, because that's what I'm asked to do, and that's what I feel led to do. And God will be the judge of that, and I will trust Him, and I will continue to lean in and love Him. And Lord, I just pray for your strength and your continued guidance and peace in my life. And I thank anybody who listens. Hopefully this helps, and have a good and wonderful day.